Two old people on the couch here. I'd like to welcome you and thank you for viewing the video. This is startup, or no, this isn't. This is
totally midweek.
Midweek Wednesday. This is midweek Wednesday. So, and I can already tell this show is going to be a disaster. Mark had big plans. He's going to change everything up and put them on a joystick.
Listen, I had this old joystick from whenever the kids were around, right? Mm-hmm. And I got it into the computer, and I figured out how to switch our show. So look, see, I don't want to go ahead or anything like that.
Okay, but you're fine.
I can hit a button now on here, and all these buttons will either start the record, stop the record. Mm-hmm. Then the 1, 2, 3s will show us different sceneries. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 3 is what's coming up next, Furry Friends. It's cool. Yeah. Well, and how did you do it before? You hit a button. I hit a button on the keyboard.
It was just as easy. But
then
anyway.
I saw somebody that did this, and I was like, well, I got one of these. And the keyboard, it's easier to hold this, and it's cooler.
Oh my. So always changing things up. So we gave Karen today and Friday off so that she could have a nice holiday.
She's not here.
Nobody's here.
But guess who stopped by?
Who stopped by?
While you were in the shower.
Who?
Fred.
Fred stopped by?
He was looking for something.
Oh, his bottle? Did you tell him we drank it?
I don't know where it's at.
Yeah.
I couldn't find it. Mm-hmm. And so, but I felt really bad. Because I think he saw the show.
Oh, did he? Mm-hmm.
So we're out. He knew we
saw it and had it.
We had it. So I gave him $4.
Okay, so that he could go get another bottle. He just jetted out the door.
He's out. So Fred's okay.
Good.
Karen's got his money back, and we were happy.
Yeah. So we were happy for the night. So anyway, so everything. Good. So
we had, before we go on, what did we do last night?
We had Christmas last night with my daughter and her family. So
whole family. Nice. We had grandkids and Strombolis. It was a great time.
It was a great time.
And I had a lot of fun. And we did not miss out on Christmas because they told us not to do Christmas. So what did we do?
Had Christmas.
We had Christmas because we're Americans and we do whatever we want to do.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, and my son will be here on the 28th, so we'll have Christmas with him.
And we're going to have Christmas with them.
Yes.
And we're all going to hug each other, love each other, and be Americans. And so far, I'm still alive.
You are still alive. So
I'm still doing it.
We have a really festive Furry Friends today.
Okay, you ready for Furry Friends?
I'm ready.
I'm going to hit this button here.
Furry Friends, let's all get to those Furry Friends.
Pretty cool, huh?
It is. Okay.
I know there's a couple people out there going, ooh, that's pretty neat. How do they pull off this show? We should have to do a video one day on
how we do it. Yeah.
How we do it all with Karen.
Yeah. So.
And without Karen.
Do you want to tell us about
this? This is Doobie. Look at Doobie. Doobie is sent in by Wilma. And Doobie, if they're gonna put crazy antlers on you, then you might as well go full blown and look crazy too. Look at that face, man. He's like, wow, look at me. I got my antlers on. I'm gonna go totally and look
Christmas today.
Christmas, and if they're gonna make me look wacky, well, I'm gonna give a good wacky smile too. So I think that picture for today is perfect. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's perfect for today.
So thank you, Wilma.
Christmas Eve, I think it's perfect.
And thank you for the buttons working.
Yes.
And then we're going to go back like that. See?
Yeah, that's great.
It's like I'm playing a video game.
So we're going to get into some news, and it's going to be kind of crazy like the news is right now. Okay, so some of my slides may not make sense, but we're going to go with it. So.
Oh my gosh, these people.
So, Deborah Burks, she has quit because you know what she did?
She got busted probably.
Yes, she
going
did.
out there without a mask on, living life. What?
No. She went and had Christmas at a property she owns with like 3 or 4 generations of her family, like with her parents and her kids and her grandkids. And so there was like several families together, and they had Christmas at a property that she owns somewhere. And so she quit over. But what are we going to do if we can't see Deborah's scarves anymore.
I don't. But
I
here,
remember her scarves from the updates.
hold on. Remember, just the other day too, whenever these nurses and doctors tell you to do something,
And then they
don't do what they tell you. Do what they do.
Yes.
And if they're not scared, then I'm not scared.
Okay.
Okay.
So
What else we got?
all right, so next we have, of course, this is going to come out, is that the Governor Newsom, he's likely to extend the stay-at-home order past December the 30th. So you knew that was coming.
Yeah.
So
That's
the people out there in California, I feel sorry for them, because they're just getting
Thank goodness we're in
their
Oklahoma.
rights.
And even if I lived in California, you Californians, you better start standing up for yourselves and just run these people out of office and start saying we're free Americans. And because, you know, there are a lot of liberals out there, right? But at some point, they're going to have to think like me, like, wait a second. He went out to dinner and he had fun.
Yes.
Dr. Burks went out to fun, but they want us not to do that.
Yes.
And meanwhile, they're just using it to what? Control us. And destroy us.
Yes.
And make us just not free and not
Yes.
Americans. Okay.
Okay, go on.
But, you know, whatever. You know, if
Okay.
people think that or whatever.
So just to remind you, once you get your capital V, you still have to wear your mask. So I'm just reminding you about that.
Let's go over that again real quick. So, if you get it and you already had it and you have antibodies, you still have to wear the mask.
Right. And you have to have the vaccine.
If you
No,
and
the capital V.
the V. And if you have the V,
Uh-huh.
you still have to wear the mask.
Yes.
And you still have to abide by all the things.
Yes.
So maybe they just want you to wear the mask and
do.
stay locked down in
They
your
do.
house.
Yes.
Again, to all my family members and friends and people on the show that I might have upset because
Yes.
I keep telling them this is not just about the virus.
Mm-hmm.
This is about something completely different. Can you just start looking into it just a little bit and see what's going on and what they're doing, and that it's totally for something else.
Okay.
Let's wake up, people.
Okay.
Wake up.
So then we have our new president-elect, who is telling us that the darkest days of the CV pandemic are still to come. So here he goes again, telling us that the darkest days are coming. So
Yeah, the dark winter.
he's trying to program us to be willing
And
to.
in UK, they're already scaring the crap out
Yes.
of people over there. And I told you, once they did it once, and
Yes,
it
they
works.
would keep doing
They're
it.
just going to keep doing it,
Yeah.
and doing it, and doing it. As long as Americans and the rest of the world allow it to happen, the people will be controlled by the
Yes.
upper echelon. That's all what it's all about.
Now, the rest of this is all going to be about the stimulus, because I may have given the impression that I was excited about the stimulus, but I was just giving the information about the stimulus. And I have to remember that I'm a Republican, and the government spending money is
Well, the
never,
Republicans
ever a good
Are
idea.
just as guilty as the Democrats. All these politicians that have been in there for many, many, many years.
Yes.
And even the new ones, they all just get in there so that they
Yes.
can start getting their kickbacks.
Yeah.
The lobbyists do their thing, then they get the kickback, so they send money over to other countries.
Yeah.
Then those countries give them a kickback, and it's all just
Yeah.
a big whole happy
Yeah.
family of ripping
Plus-
us off.
Plus, supporting the whole world. Why are we supporting the whole world?
Now,
We
now
can't
mind
take care
you,
of the whole world.
I would like $600.
Yeah, but
And
I
it's
know, we
money
don't need
that the government is giving to me, but
Yeah.
while they're giving me 600, they're giving everybody else
lots
lots
of money.
more, and
Yes.
then their pockets are
in
getting.
line.
We're talking millions, probably.
Okay, so
that
we're going to
is-
go through this, and some of it might not be in logical order, but it's just how it came out.
Yeah.
So
All right.
let's go.
Let's go.
All
Let's
right,
watch it.
so Trump says maybe his will be the next administration to deliver a suitable COVID package.
yep.
So there's going to be some more stuff about him coming up. And then he has threatened to veto the $900 billion stimulus package because he's demanding $2,000 stimulus checks go to the American people, which I still have to say that this is not free money, people. This is debt.
Yeah.
This is debt.
Yeah, this is
We do
coming
not
out of our
have.
this is coming out of our pocket.
We do
One
not
way-
have the money to pay for this. Therefore, our children and grandchildren will always be slaves to debt.
This COVID was made to destroy us.
Yes. So, there's that, okay? But then Congress says they're going to have a post-Christmas session to try to override the Trump veto. So,
Oh my goodness.
you know what
Yeah.
makes me think that this is? All smoke and mirrors still.
Yep.
All smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, they're not giving us.
They're not
anything.
doing nothing.
Yeah.
This is just more smoke and mirrors. That's what it makes me think of.
They're saying if we're stupid enough to pass that,
Yeah.
and we get our kickbacks,
Yes.
then let's just try it,
Yeah.
and then we'll win. And then, but if he vetoes it, then
Yeah.
you know,
Well, 50% of me says they have no plan to pass anything.
No,
but I could be
not
wrong about that.
until after a certain date will
Mm-hmm.
there maybe be anything. But I'm with my man Trump.
Yeah.
Why can't we just have one bill that's about 5 sentences long?
I know.
Everybody gets
Well,
$2,000.
we're gonna get
That's
into
it.
that. So,
Pass that bill and we'll discuss. But they don't want us to get any kind of a break. They want us
So-
to be. They want us to hurt. They want us to feel pain. They don't want us to have anything. They don't want anything to look good on Trump, anyways.
Yes.
Also, but other than just Trump, they just don't want
Yeah.
us to be.
So go to the next slide. So along with the $900 billion stimulus bill is the $1.4 trillion federal spending bill to
my
keep the
goodness.
government running to next September. So that makes it a $2.3 trillion package, right?
Oh my goodness!
So that's where all the stuff gets snuck in there. And then
it's 5,000
So,
pages of sneaking.
right here, that's what I said. It's 5,000 pages long. It
Okay.
took a few days for people to finally come to figuring out what was in it.
Okay.
So,
what do we got there?
and then, so this is just a tweet that went
Just
out. Some of the things
Excuse
that
me.
are going on.
Oh,
I
you
know I'm
got a
losing
cough.
my voice.
Now you got a cough too. Mm-hmm. So can I just say one of the
Yes.
things that was slipped in there?
Yes.
You know BG,
Yes.
the guy that was a computer made the software.
Mm-hmm.
BG. I guess you can figure that out. I don't
Yeah.
want to say his name,
Okay.
but you know how he gave like $300 million to the Wuhan lab,
Yeah.
and he's given money to the WHO,
Yes.
not the what, but the WHO.
The Who.
He's giving them all that money.
Yes.
So he gives them millions of dollars. Well, part of that stimulus package was that Bill BG gets $3.3 billion to his foundation
Yes.
as a reward for
Yes.
all
Yeah.
he's done for
Yeah.
everything.
For
It's
everything.
supposed to be for the
Yeah.
the thing that. And
Yeah.
by the way, you know that BG's dad was a big
Yeah.
Planned Parenthood and a depopulator,
Depopulation.
and Bill BG
Is a
has talked about
depopulation.
depopulation. He wants there to be less, and he knows that if people get the V, then the population will go down. Now, how that happens?
Is beyond us.
Okay,
Because
let's
we're
keep it-
old fashioned.
yeah.
So in the stimulus bill, there's like $35 billion for new energy initiatives. So what does that have to do with the CV crisis? You tell me.
Please, $100 million for new.
Do you want me to go back?
Yeah, go back. I was trying to wrap my head. I was thinking, but
Okay.
oh yeah, new energy.
Yes.
Well, we got
What does that
we got
have to
great
do?
energy that supplies jobs right now. But
Yes.
if we get rid of those jobs, then it destroys
Yes.
us and hurts us. So
Yes.
yeah. And that other stuff that we still use is going to go up in price. All right. What else?
So
we
this
got?
is kind of a rundown that was shown on Facebook.
yeah,
About
yeah.
where all this
Jeez.
money, and this all adds up to trillions and trillions of dollars. So I don't know where this came from, but I found an official one right here, and this lines it out where it's going. And I'm sure that where you're getting your money for BG is there's something about
Healthcare.
the capital V development and distribution and testing
yeah.
and tracing.
Part of that
probably,
goes to him.
That's probably where his money is coming from. So I
Yep.
think, put that up one more time.
All right.
I think this is like official, and then you get people going up because they're adding in that 1.4 trillion extra for
Yeah,
the funding of the
yeah.
government, and then like it's going to different places, all kinds of places. You can put us back up there.
All right.
Okay. So, and here's some I think this is my last slide. You can put this up. This is
All right. I wanted to talk about that a little bit more, but keep going.
some of the money is going to the museums, or a lot of money is going
Yeah.
to the museums and Smokey Bear. So in the stimulus package, which what either one of those things has to do with the crisis that we're going through right now is beyond
And
me.
the Kennedy
So,
Center.
and that's
there,
everything.
Center
Yes,
and all that
that's
stuff.
museums.
Which
That's
is
part of
ran
museums.
by
Yes.
the board, and all the board members are
Yes.
Democrats. It's just crazy.
So lots of stuff in the stimulus bill that Americans shouldn't want. It shouldn't be in there. It shouldn't be so complicated. And we should just say no.
Where the forefathers kind of messed up with everything, it's pretty much legit in there. And we know no tax without
Yeah.
representation and all that stuff, right? But I guess it's in there, but we should have made it more clear that none of our money taken from us will be given to other countries,
Yeah.
period.
Yeah.
And I think, there should have been term limits on these people so that they just didn't work the system for all their lives.
Yeah.
Learn how to manipulate the system. There should have been term limits on everybody to help that. They didn't see this. I mean, they did a really good job, but they missed a couple things. And the other
They just
thing,
didn't know how evil it would get.
Hey,
But maybe they did.
They did. And it's in there. It just should have been more clear. And us Americans as individuals should have all stood up a long time. We're just guilty. I mean, our taxes kept going up, and our freedoms were being chipped away slowly, but we were still having a rip-roaring good time.
Yeah.
And so we blindly just kind of, kept saying, well, this is a little worse, but we're still having a great time, right? So it's on us too.
Mm-hmm.
We dropped the ball, and as soon as they started to say, well, we're going to raise your taxes, we should have just flipped out and say, no, you learn to live within your means.
Yeah.
And you take the same amount of tax out, and that's it. But, well, over the years, and now we're trying to fight to just show it now. That's all I can do now is show what happened. I'm guilty. We all need to stand up. We all need to take our country back.
Yes.
And it starts today. Pete.
Okay.
It starts today. What? I'm on a roll then.
Okay, go on.
No.
Are you done?
No, I'm done.
Okay. So in the comments, tell us what you think about the $900 billion stimulus package. Are you for it, against it? What do you
it's
think?
more than that.
Well, the stimulus package is only $900 billion.
And then the
and then the 1.4 trillion. But I think, I don't know, what's in that 5,000-page document? Who knows?
Yeah.
It's very confusing because it just goes up and up and
Pelosi
up.
always says it. You have to pass it to see what.
Lots of foreign stuff in there. For
They
foreign
release it at the
countries.
last second and say here, and they try to make the whole ploy was to try to make Trump just pass it so they can all line their pockets. And if he didn't, they thought the American people would say, "Whoa." But there's more shows like ours now.
Yes.
There's tons of shows out there now. So the people are seeing out of that 5,000, things that are in it. They're seeing what's in it, and they know it's junk. So now whenever Trump vetoes it, he's not going to look so bad. People are already like, I don't care. $600 is a spit in the bucket
It is
for what you ruined
of
my
our
life
country. Yes.
in our country. So you know what? I'll hold out, for a stimulus that just benefits us, or no stimulus,
Possibly
and let us get rid of all the
be more responsible with our
the
money.
lockdowns and everything, and just let us be free and make our own money.
Yes.
That's what we want.
So tell us in the comments what you think about the stimulus. If you think it's good, bad, what you think needs
These
to be
are
done
our
with it.
opinions.
Yeah. So tell us what your opinion is.
If you think it's time we all stood up and took a stand and started talking up and not just letting it just chip away at us, because it's no longer chipped. This next chip is there's no return.
Absolutely.
There's no
There is
return.
no return.
There's no
There
return.
is no return.
All right.
So, anyway, that's all. That's all I
you
got.
Well, that's all I got.
Tomorrow's going to be Christmas Eve, and
Christmas
we
Eve?
will be doing a show on Christmas Day, so we will still have a show on Christmas Day.
We'll have the Christmas special.
Because we have nothing else better to do. So we're going to have a quiet Christmas.
And
we
made it through. It was like I won the game.
Yeah,
we made
you
it
did.
through.
And it didn't really mess up. It was just before we got started. He's pushing all these buttons and
The
nothing's happening.
keyboard, though, I tell you what, the keyboard down in my lap gives
Mm-hmm.
me the ability to do this. Well, I got to set this on my knee, and if I'm holding it, then I can't get all.
It's the same thing.
I can't get all.
Yeah.
So, but it's
All right.
cool. I wanted to
Okay.
try it. I like it. It's
Yeah,
working.
you're always into
Now,
your
do you
gadgets.
think it'll stop the record?
I have no idea if it will stop the recording.
Well, let's
So,
try it, right?
Until next time, remember, do your own research and be prepared.